I just cleaned up the mess. I just tried to the stuff that I try to take out of the big black bag into the next one in the storage. I tried to organize the stuff I had up in Bridgeville, Illinois, since I left that job. Anyways, yeah, I just organize it. That's the same bag I always sit. So, yeah, all of the stuff that I had on the other truck I just organized and I put some of the stuff in there. Yeah, I got something to say about this one. This guy right here is like cussing and complaining about this truck company, man, that I used to work for. The same truck that I once lease purchased. This one. Good old 11107. Yeah, when I was lease purchasing that one. I hear it. I mean, it seemed like it doesn't matter how my back is turned, whether if I get lucky with another truck job or something like that, or whether if I'm sitting home. It seemed like the horror story about this company is never going to slow down. It's not going to end. It seemed like, I don't know. I'm scared to say it, but I ain't going to talk much. All I could say is that, I'm going to say it one more time. I did what I thought I was supposed to do on that job. You could see I maxed out a lot of miles and did my routine. I went against the assholes on the highway. I got by. It wasn't easy. I slapped the governor up to 70. I went through hell with the death pump. I'm talking about, hold on a second. Hold up, just a second. I'm gonna get to that. Just like how I did the video of that dude that was driving the Western Express truck and he got tore up by the dogs, the police dogs. All right. This is the same laptop computer, same person. But it's not the same guy though. It's a different one. I'm gonna go ahead and show you something. Just like how I said that the DEF pump went out on this one, the same one with the foreign truck company, the DEF pump went out on their truck also. So anytime a truck puts you in the shop, you lose money. But the thing is, the DEF pump went out on that one stayed in the shop way much worse, way much longer than the last truck company I was on, like the next one after that. The Cascadia from the one in Bridgeville, Illinois, the one with the European truck company, that one, it didn't stay in the shop that long. It only stayed in the shop for 2 days, 1 or 2 days, 1.5. And this one stayed in the shop when it had a DEF pump problem almost 2 months. I lost worse than a lot of money. I had charges catching up to me and it chewed up my paycheck. I've been without pay for like 4 months because of that. The DEF pump, that one. Let me tell you something about this. I don't have a problem buying or touching Cascadias. I have a problem with American truck companies. I hate them in the worst way because they are a curse. Did you hear what I said? Curse, curse. Them is a curse. That last one, I don't agree with their rules. The rules didn't make any sense. That's what got me terminated. Listen to this dumb bitch right here. Why am I listening to this? Answer the damn phone. Sure. Excuse me, man. I've been getting disturbed too many times when I'm doing this. Too late now. Yeah, let me shut up for a minute. Mom picking up the phone. It's about the second time this has happened since this morning. But anyway. That's the reason why I shooting the videos at a certain time. Even right in the middle of the day when I'm doing it, I'll be getting phone numbers popping up on my screen for no reason at all. That's why I don't answer. And by the time I find out what it is, it wasn't important anyways. I forgot what I was saying. I'm shooting a video.
It's okay staying in his room for now.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
No.
That's good.
You want the shades closed?
Yeah. For right now. I had the light on. That's the reason why. I don't want nobody looking and seeing what I got in here.
Oh, but you're gonna put the light back on?
Later on.
If the light is gonna be not on, you can keep them open for me.
All right, I'll do it. Yeah, I'm shooting a video. All right, you could open it.
If you're gonna turn back the light, you can close it.
Yeah, sure, no problem. All right, no problem. I appreciate it.
Sorry, I didn't know you were.
That's all right. Thanks. I'm sorry about that. That was my mom. She sounds kind of serious and agitated sometimes, but anyway, I try to communicate and survive in this house. Anyways, yeah, it's like my way of explaining about that company. Let me tell you, I know I've been through this before. The good side about it and the bad side. Let me start with the good side. Even though I don't work for them anymore, I had a lot of fun in that truck anyway. I even had a tooth taken out by taking that truck to the dentist. That truck took me to the dentist it took me to the dentist twice in 1 week. I went to the dentist in New Jersey and Maine. The first one messed up on my tooth. The second one had to extract it because the first one had messed up anyway. I've been through thick and thin with that truck. I had fun in that truck, man. Like I was saying, according to where I left off, I did slap it up to 70 miles an hour. They dropped it back down to 66. You remember when I was in the shop, the DEF pump situation? Yeah. That, and when the assholes came back out in my face again, just like how I told you before, just about a recent time ago, I had to bump it up to 75. And I had to pay $200 again to get it done. So I bumped it up to 75. Even though I had it at 66, I got reseated back into the truck. I got reseated into the truck again when it came out of the shop. And they dropped it. I got it back out of the shop in February of 22. It came out of Freightliner shop in February of 22. And they dropped it down to 66. I turned it back up to 75. I turned it past 70 this time, 75. I can't deal with the a-holes out there. I don't necessarily have to drive a truck that's governed 75 just to get by. It's where I drive it. The thing is, these bitches had me stuck on the fucking east side. East and south, north and south, east. They don't really have me going central. If it's even Ohio or Pennsylvania, that's not considered central to me. Anything like West Virginia, Pennsylvania, they're full of shit. It's not just what this guy is you're talking about. Let me tell you. Here he is. I'm not the only one cussing bad words here. Listen to him. He African American. Listen to him. No, hold up. This dumbass didn't even start. Thank you.
Verified is basically like I don't have any experience. Western Express ain't shit, bro. Boy, Western Express ain't shit, y'all. So I'm in Madonna, Georgia for orientation with US Express. And one of the people in orientation told me that if Western Express do not verify that I work for them or verify the dates that I work for them, then I'm gonna have to go with a trainer. But if they do verify it, then I can go straight solo. So if they don't verify it, it's basically like I don't have any experience. Western Express.
All right. It's just a rerun. The thing is, he running into problems head on up front. I fear too many drivers run into problems head on. Let me tell you something. I did what I can to escape all of that crap. I mean, I didn't escape everything, but you could see I had that truck to myself like I owned it. Yeah, I sure did. I sure did. Not to mention, I had to duck and hide the entire tractor from that Virginia terminal when they swapped. They pulled that trailer from under my nose without me knowing what happened to it, and the bitches them throw it in the shop. Throw it in the shop. I'm over here thinking it got stolen. I said, yo. I went straight up to the security guard up at the guard shack. I said, what the hell happened to my trailer, man? You know, my heart started beating up against my fucking chest like this. It was like beating, boom, boom. My heart was beating up. I had butterflies in my stomach thinking that I'm going to get fired. This was what, last year, 22? I thought I was going to get fired, man. I swear. The way these assholes fucking do their job, I don't like it. The least they could have done was just, why the fuck they don't notify somebody when they're going to do something? And you know what? It was close. It was actually close to 5 o'clock when they were supposed to close the terminal. They were supposed to close the garages, the mechanic shop. It was close to 5 p.m. when I went dashing out, bobtailing. When I dropped a loaded trailer with this truck right here, and I bobtailed out in what was it? The downtown section of Virginia. No, Richmond, Virginia, I think it was. The downtown section of Richmond, Virginia. Yeah, somewhere about there. And I went to this Jamaican restaurant and came back. Bought me some food inside of that truck. Came back, found a fucking trailer missing, man. I said, boy, I started panicking. I was all over the place. I nearly scared the security guard to death. What the hell happened to my trailer? He was clueless. He didn't know what happened. And I said, did some other driver swap it away from me with the help of a dispatcher? He said, it could be. It's usually possible. It could be. But I don't know. And that's when I found out the stink-ass redneck bitches inside of that mechanic shop swipe it away. They're laughing in my face and all that shit. Let me tell you something. It ain't just them. Connecticut is even worse. I even had a mechanic up in Connecticut. He said, those people are weird as hell. He said, I don't like them. The mechanics, something in Connecticut. Let me tell you something. I hate the American truck companies most of the way. But, to tell you the truth, I don't mind being honest with myself. I admire the staff in lease purchase. As much as I hate lease purchase sure didn't make any sense. Yes, it's true. The next good news, I did figure out my game plan. I cooked up my own recipe. And I found out how to make $1,500 and $2,000 out of a paycheck from this company right here. And it actually worked. I did it 5 times or so. And even 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 times. But since that freight shortage and the fuel price and all of that stuff started caving in, plus the DEF pump, it chopped me down to size and it put me in the hole. It put me in the hole for 5, as a matter of fact, put me in the hole for 2 months. But the thing is, I lost not 4 paychecks. I lost 4 months worth of paycheck. It was a good vicious battle. It was a very intense fight. It was a bloody fight. Yes, I had that truck to myself. Yes, that truck whooped some ass out on the highway. It sure did. Yes, it's true that I kept it in one piece. Yes, it's true y'all saw me washing it. Y'all saw me detailing it. Because I had a love for that truck. But the thing is, I don't like the company's attitude most of the way. But the other half is hats off to the American staff. I'm not saying that I hate y'all guts. I'm talking to Western Express. Y'all might not like the comments that I make. I'm talking to Western Express. I'm not talking to you drivers. I'm not talking to you watchers out there. I must say my lease, what do you call it? My lease purchase DM, dispatch manager, which what the word DM stands for. I found out that it meant dispatch manager. Yeah, hats off to him. His attitude was all right. He did kind of piss me off at certain times, enough times, the way he cut and run in the middle of the week and stuff like that. But other than that, this dude was very, 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 very easy to relate to. If he had a problem with me, yes, he would get mad, but he wouldn't get mad like the rest of them. Not like them company driver dispatchers, the DMs in charge of you. In the company side, you don't have no real civil rights. Lease purchase, they treated me better. It's just that I don't agree with the lease purchase rules and the American side, the way they do things, but I cannot help this. I cannot turn my back on this reality. I appreciate my DM, my lease purchase DM only. I'm not talking about company. Lease purchase DM, he was the first one and the only one from beginning to end. Since the time I lease purchased that truck all the way to the end when I got fired from this job. He was all right. The next one, the staff up in the bullpen, you know, like the staff in Nashville, Tennessee, pretty much, what's her name? Maybe I better not say it because I don't know who might profile who. The breakdown manager. She wasn't, at first, wasn't really my type, but at near the end, she started getting more down to earth, you know, reasonable. She helped me out with the stock switch on the transmission. I kept on complaining and bitching and moaning about that crap. I did not like the way they had me stuck to their little shitty rules for so long. I kept complaining about the stock switch not being manual or automatic. And then all of a sudden they cut me loose on that part. They said that I could bring the truck into the shop. She'll do us a favor. She said she knows somebody that would do it. And so they had me bring the truck in the shop and they did something to the manual stock switch. So I didn't have to put up with this truck's menacing problems anymore. And the Trans-Tech, I think, you could say that was a freak accident. Freightliner knocked that one out on their own. Western Express choose to have the E-Smart on them trucks. I do not like the E-Smart. It slows the truck down to a certain speed when you're in a speed zone. Like if you see the 45 mile an hour speed zone coming up, by the time it passes your front door, it's just going to drop down to 48 instead of 45. But the thing is, that thing was a menace also. It's just like what that mechanic said up in Nashville, Tennessee. The cameras going AWire or tripping out, the lights tripping out on the dashboards because of the E-Smart they put on there. They weren't bright on that side. That's what happens when you live in a liberal, legalistic, I'm not too educated and oriented on what words to say, but I'm just going to try to express my feelings so you can understand. It's more like a legalistic, cult-like, cutthroat country rules, you know what I'm saying? What do you call it? The Air Cleanup Act. I'm sorry if I'm stumbling so much. The Clean Air Act, you know what I'm saying? You know, the DEF system. Just like that mechanic said, these truck companies don't really care nothing about you drivers. And then after that, he also said, when the DEF system when it starts to get old, it's gonna, when it requires more regen, when you need to regen it so often and so frequent, that means it's gonna, it's gonna get in the way and cause problems. And he said, the mechanic, I'm talking about an American mechanic, like a white guy or something like that. Yeah, him is the one that helped, tell me about the stuff and all that. He said that when the DEF system starts to get old, just go ahead and take it out completely and throw it away. Throw it in the trash. That's if you own it or whatever. Don't do that. Don't do that with their truck with their logo on it, and it's got their DOT number. That is not your truck. Don't try it. Ain't no telling. It's either you're going to go to jail, according to the American system. It's either you might go to jail or they might charge you a whopping fine. It's possible if you was to do that and pretend like it's your truck and you could do what you want with it, as long as you didn't steal it, it's possible they might not fire you. It's just that it's going to be whopping some out of your pocket. You might have to talk to the safety manager and make an agreement and say, all right, I'll go ahead and stash my money and save it. I just want to get fired from my job. Well, you got to be careful, man. You did something. Yeah, I'll pay for it. I'll fight back and try to get your job because you might not be in any shape to leave. But if you feel like you could get another job, go for it. But the thing is, man, that lady, she did help me with that stock switch situation, freak accident, Freightliner. Actually, I did something about the eSmart myself. The cell phone inside of the dashboard, the cell phone behind the dashboard, that's what controls the eSmart. But you're not going to find that on the 22s and up and the 23s. Because I already went in this other driver's truck and I tried to adjust the eSmart on his truck myself. Another Western Express Cascadia like this one. When I pulled up next to him with this truck, he wanted the speed, he wanted the Transtick to kind of boost up. But I couldn't find it, so I couldn't do nothing about it. But the thing is, I had the old-fashioned Transtick, that had the cell phone inside of it that you can adjust the speed of the Transtick. But what I did, I turned it up high, and I think it was Qualcomm. What was it? Customer care, customer support. They told me how to disable it. Just unplug the cell phone. When the cell phone batteries are dead, it won't have any effect on the truck. The truck will just go 66 miles an hour, cruise control, and it will only go 63 at the pedal through any speed zone. Yes, it was left to that. Not only did my part on disabling part of it, Freightliner said it got in the way. Freightliner said they had to take it out. They had to disable it. And I don't know what they did with the cell phone. I think they took it out. Freightliner told Western Express it's messing up the system on that thing there. So it's like me and Freightliner actually knock out Western Express technology. Next, yes, the 75 miles an hour did help, but I had X amount of CSA points, so there you go. I left. Not only that, I almost left this job with this truck because I was going own authority. I was supposed to go own authority with this. I had my EIN LLC in the system, in their system, and in the state of Georgia. But the safety manager said, you can either take the truck with you or at first he said, as a courtesy, you can take the Greyhound bus, go home, and free of charge, we'll pay for it, or you can take the truck with you, which means he's trying to say that since I was in the bullpen, me and another staff member in the back, we talked about going on authority with their truck. Me going on authority. He said, I can either quit the job and go on authority with this truck, or I can stay with them and go on authority with this truck. So I came close to taking that truck. The only thing is, I did not have enough money to cover the deferrals because that thing was in the shop and the charges chewed up my paycheck. So what happened is they had to cut me some slack by giving me my paycheck anyways, so I can pay for the charges later on. But when you leave the job, whether if you get terminated or if you if you quit or if you get terminated, one way or the other, you still got to pay for the deferrals and the charges. Like if I quit on my own and the safety manager say I can take the truck with me, I'm going to be transferred over to the financial department where they're going to tell me what I need to do before I take this truck with me, if I quit the job or if I get terminated. So the thing is, I did have the money to pay for the escrow, but I did not have the money to pay for the deferrals. The deferrals is like the truck payments you need to catch up on so you can still get a paycheck, and plus if you want to take the truck. That's two things the deferrals will do. Yes, you do have to cover the escrow also. You cannot take this truck with you and do your own authority and quit the job until you cover the deferrals and the escrow. That's what was in my position. You get it? I hope y'all knock yourself out. I hope y'all knock the lid off your skull, because this is pretty intense right here. I think I'm in the intense side of this video right here. That was a vicious fight right there. That's what was told. That's what I was told. So I went to hell in that truck, but I have a fantastic love for it. It's just that I am not crazy about taking it back if I got it, unless if it's in reasonable shape, number one. And number two, just about a couple of months ago, before I got employed by this foreign truck company in Bridgeview that I just told you about, before that happened, while I was in the Motel 6 next door to this apartment, this female, it sounds like a black girl or a black lady. No, it's a black girl. This female tried to reel me in back onto this company, and I said, yo, I got mad, I got pissed off. Why the hell don't you people have it in your right minds to check? Why don't you just check to see if somebody was working there? How come you don't see that in the system? Because the first thing that went through my mind is, if you reel me in, if you're over there trying to sneak shots, you're trying to sneak shots on your own company. Like, if you're trying to sneak shots behind the safety manager's back or the vice president of this company, you think you're going to sneak me in so I can work for you, and when you dispatch my truck, I put money in your pocket, so therefore you got chinos. I ain't worrying about that part. I'm worrying about the dispatch manager. I mean, not the dispatch manager. I'm worrying about the safety manager calling the police on me because he's seen my familiar face before. What makes you think you can pull that one off? What makes she think that she can pull that off? There ain't no way you're going to hire me again. That's out of the question. Way out of the question. They're so damn greedy and stupid, I swear. They need to think first before they do something. And the next thing that's up, while I was there trying to get another job with another European truck company, they said that Western Express did not update my termination. The European truck company is saying, one of them from Indeed, they're saying that Western Express did not adjust my date, or they didn't put down the time when I got terminated. And they say I need to send some kind of, I don't know what it is, some kind of notification file to their system so that they can update it. And not only that, they said that I was not the only driver that's having this problem. The European truck company said that there's X amount of drivers before me that had the same problem with Western Express. I mean, you might say it's a terrifying truck company, man. All I gotta say is, I'm not saying I like the truck company. The only thing I like about this truck right here is that it's a Freightliner Cascadia. It's a 21. It's smooth. It's smooth on the ends, like it feels smooth, it drives smooth. It's spiff, it's intense. It's not all that though, but it's intense to a certain degree. It's really easy to use. It's easy to fix also. It's not just easy to drive or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of things that's good about this truck. These trucks here. It's very easy to fix. Even the 21s are easy to fix. Them, I think they're a little bit easier than the 2019 to me, because I'm so used to it. I did a lot of things with that truck, but the thing is, let me tell you what's bad about this truck and every other truck that has a company logo. This is a curse. It's in the hands of the Fowlers. It's an American truck. It's an American truck company. It's not a European logo. It's in the hands of the American ones. They do things differently. I'm not saying Europeans are clean either. Some of them are kind of dirty. But in my case, it's easier to get a European job compared to an American job. In my case, it is. On your side, you might get lucky with them. Let me tell you this. According to my background experience, I am scared to touch anything coming from the American side. I'm very terrified. I wouldn't even try Swift because I never worked for them before. I wouldn't try Ozark. I never touched them either. I would not try JB Hunt. They've been starving and begging like 5 times in 1 year last year and a couple of times in 21. They even tried it in 19. JB Hunt was the only one that's been starving and begging. No, they were trying to pull me away from that. Let me tell you something. While I was strolling down that road, while I was strolling down the highway, like about 3 times, when I was strolling down the road in this truck right here, 11107, JB Hunt knocked on my cell phone like 3 times in a row within 3 months. In a 3-month period, 3 times in a row. The second one that knocked him, they were trying to pull me off. They were trying to pull me away from this company. They were trying to sneak me by. They were trying to tempt. They were trying to tempt me to move away. The thing is, I was in the middle of a hot fight. I dare not want to let somebody pull me away when I got something going on and fuck me up like that. Hell no. Don't do that. And the second truck company that kind of called me a couple of times also, the one that's never said nothing to me since 2005. 2006 at least. 2006 and 5. What's the name? KMB Transportation. They finally called in 22. Once, twice, and then a third time. I said, nah, I can't pull away from this. I got something going on here. I'm already employed and I'm driving the last best truck of my life. And that's it. Mostly JB Hunt did all the temptation. They kept on trying. They kept pulling me. They wanted to pull me off of that truck and drive theirs. I'm serious. I said, nah, it ain't gonna happen. I'm not falling for it. But I did the right thing. I stuck it out. The only thing is, I ain't touching no American truck company anymore for the rest of my life. Between now and then, it's either I'm gonna work for somebody I can trust right now, like I did with the one in Bridgeville, Illinois, or I'm just gonna keep on trying until I get what I want. My only backbone of my my main existence or whatever. I just need to get me a cheap truck. I don't care if it's a 90, well, not a 90. I don't care if it's a 2005. I don't care. It's not gonna be that old. Hell no. I don't care if it's a 2015 or a 12 or a 18. As long as it's in reasonable shape, what I plan on saying, just like I was doing with it, I don't care if it could be a Volvo, it could be a Freightliner, but I don't want to touch no other truck besides it. Only anywhere between a Volvo and Freightliner. But the thing is, Freightliner is my number 1 truck. It's just that I'm stuck in this situation, so I gotta, start out small. I'm thinking of getting a used old Volvo and then store it away in the public storage, like put it in a U-Haul public storage, and then keep driving another company truck, maybe anything near like this, brand new or used, whatever, except it ain't gonna be an American one. Drive some other company truck and buy that used truck of my choice, just to help me get by. Put that in the U-Haul public storage, and then use that company truck and stash more money and cover, even if that truck is even if it's already running, even if it can pull a couple of trailers, 10,000 miles, I don't care. I'd rather do it my way. Cover my ass much better. Refresh the alternator, refresh the starter, refresh the temperature sensors, refresh the inside of the heater hose, inside of the water hose, refresh the water pump, refresh the external parts, and finally get a warranty. Buy a warranty or take out a warranty to cover the chassis from back to front, the powertrain or the drivetrain, anything like the transmission, and then the internal, the pistons and the connecting rods and all that, like the insides of the engine, in case if it needs an overhaul. Right. Warranty, refresh the parts. That's it. That's it for the old used truck. That's it. I mean, it's better that way. Plus, take out money for the insurance on that used truck while I'm using a company truck. And also, what else I gotta do? Oh, buy the authority package, pay for the authority package online, fill out the application, and put the insurance information in there. And then I don't know what else to say. I guess that's it. That's what I plan on doing. Oh yes, I did cancel my LLC EIN. I had to get my refund because I'm not working. I will put it back in the system. Yes, and of course, reopen my ELC EIN. I don't care. That truck is staying as long as I pay for that used truck. The used truck that might cost $15,000 to $18,000. I don't care. I'm keeping it with me anyways. I'm gonna use it as a car if I need to, go out to the store or whatever. I might leave it in the truck stop. I don't care. But it's like I'm not planning on using no truck that's been in somebody else's hands up front. I'd rather do something to it first. Thoroughly check it out. Look at the parts, refresh a lot of external parts, and get a warranty for the powertrain and stuff like that. Anything like the transmission, differential, and the engine. Get a warranty for it. And then when I start doing on authority, then I'll take it from there. Because, I know a lot of people are scared of breaking down in them things and all that. But other than that, I don't know. All I gotta say is that I'm gonna leave this on my laptop probably for the rest, until if I see the next better truck, maybe I'll put it there. But this picture looks pretty colorful and intense. But all I could say is that, in my opinion, even though if they might call me, even though they did make an attempt, they made 2 attempts. They tried at least 2 to 3 times while I was in the hotel. They tried to reel me back in, but the thing is, I didn't fall for it. Number 1, I didn't think they was going to hire me because I just got terminated. Number 2, they tried pretty hard again. I'm thinking this female does know that I got terminated. She's doing it for herself. I'm not saying that she's really doing that. I just say some of them companies are so dirty, they'll do anything. I'm thinking she tried to reel me back in, and I just got terminated from this job. And I don't know. I said, I'm guessing maybe after they hire me, after she thinks I'm going to get hired, she's going to try and track down my name, first and last name, and find out which truck I'm on. She's probably going to try to get me to work for her fleet so she can put money in her pocket. That's the best I can think. Other than that, I ain't falling for it, not unless if a recruiter. I could have swore that was a dispatcher that was trying to call me. It did not really. I don't think any recruiter can actually reel me in and say, you got a job and you just got terminated. Nah, it's never been that way. I'm not saying I want to sit here and get comfortable. I'm not saying I want to sit here and get comfortable and do my own thing. Nah, I got better balls and better common sense. I really am scared of touching that shit again. I'm not. As a matter of fact, I did try to pull away from this truck about 3 or 4 times too, while I was in it, while I was inside of it, while I was working for that company. I actually bobtailed this truck right here to a Hertz rental. I actually bobtailed this truck because I was saying, boy, these people are giving me a hard time. I want to go own authority now can I use a Hertz rental and put this one down? Or maybe, like, can I use a Hertz rental and go on authority and kind of rest this truck and get out of it because I can't get a paycheck or whatever. Yeah, I tried it. Honest to God, I did bobtail this truck to a Hertz rental once. I think it was North Carolina. And I came back out disappointed. They gave me a lot of bad news, so now I know better not to trust Hertz. Not the car rental. I'm talking about semis. Other Cascadias like it. So now I went in another direction. One time, the truck manager from the trailer, he nearly bust my balls coming after me because I wasn't in that truck. I was actually driving around in a loaner, one of them international trucks. I was driving around in a loaner because this one was in Western Express shop. It was in their shop in the Nashville terminal. I got pissed off at them and I said, I ain't touching that fucking truck no more. F you. I said, I ain't touching that truck no more. Y'all touch your little filthy hands on it. I'm not gonna get that truck back the way I want it. I'm not talking about the governor being turned up. They already turned it down to 66. It's just that they might do some strange things to it that don't make any sense. They like put the trans stick back on and fuck it up some more. Because they're good at doing that. I didn't get the trans stick. Guess what? I got a few good things about it. They took out the stock switch. It disabled the stock switch so I can use manual mode. That's good. Well, I did put 4 brand new speakers in. They only took out 1. It's dumbass motherfuckers. I had the whole sound system still intense. It even sounds louder. They took out 1 brand new speaker out of the passenger side, but for some reason they left the front small ones. The Pioneer types that don't match the truck. Pioneer modified ones. They left that one over there, and the music even sounded much louder and more dangerous compared to all 4 of them being in there. So they left all 3 of them all up in the top bunk and over on the driver's side. It's like I got a blessing from God that time. But anyways, all I could say is, man, it was fun being in that truck. I will always cherish the memories. But the thing is, I also remember when I kicked ass in that truck too. But other than that, I don't want nobody tempting me and forcing me to work for anybody like an American truck company. It's more like you got to do something on your side to convince me. Other than that, the rest of the bitches already failed too many times. PTL, Pascal, all of them other ones. They ain't a dumbass that can actually knock on my door and force me to work for them. I got X amount of truck companies, even all from Texas. I'm not talking about America. Well, they are American, yes, but they kind of swerve in another direction to hide from me now. They're not telling me their names anymore. They got this black lady from Texas. She kept calling me like 3 times already. I said, nah, I'm only chasing after the European side. I'm only chasing after the European truck companies, like up in Illinois. And here you go. It seemed like they ain't gonna stop. But other than that, all I could say is that I did what I knew I was supposed to do. I had my adventurous moments in that truck. And all I gotta say, I had a good taste of it. I've been stuck on that job for 3 years. All I gotta say is that I'm not saying that I miss that truck so much that I want to be in it right now. I'd rather stay away from it. It's already been in somebody else's hands. Plus, that thing already had a curse on it. It's just that it's in the wrong hands. And not only that, anything that has an American logo, forget it. And it's like, you might say I miss that truck. Yes, I do miss it, but I'm not stupid enough to go back into it right now. I don't want to touch it again. I'm just cherishing the memories and I'm just looking at it. That's all. I'm just admiring the beauty of what I did to that truck. That's it. Other than that, it's now 44 minutes. I ain't gonna get no Wi-Fi to download this video right here. I mean, I do have Wi-Fi right on that modem right next to the TV set right there. It's good enough to run this laptop computer. but the cell phone is not gonna download 44 minutes pretty fast enough. I'd have to get my mom's car and go to the library at night, or better yet, not at night because the ugly bitches are over there. But going to the library, I can get the fastest download time in minutes. But other than that, I don't think I have anything else to say. So all I gotta say is that I did my little share of explanation here. I expressed my feelings about the truck company and everything else. So I don't know if y'all have anything to learn about this, but that's it. Until next time, if I got anything else to say, I'll tell you.